School Freeware's free Pascal app tutorials. Tutorial 3, Events. Events are triggered when something happens. For example, a mouse click, a mouse double click, the mouse is moved, something is opened, something is closed. When an event is triggered, the instructions or code that are assigned to that event are executed. Each control has its own collection of events that the control is capable of doing. So it's a good idea to take a look at several of your components that you normally use and take a look at all the different events that that control has within it. The code used within this tutorial can be downloaded at schoolfreeware.com. The application from tutorial 1 is still open. I'm going to make another application for this tutorial. So I'll click on File, New, and go to Project, then Application. Click OK, and I'll save changes to the first project from tutorial 1. Alright, in the new project, I'll go ahead and resize the form. And I'm also going to need the object inspector, so I'll bring that up. I'll go ahead and put in a button and a label. I'll go change the properties of the label so the font size is a little bit easier to read. I'll make the font size 25. And I'll double click on the button. Immediately, the button one click is created, and this is an event. If I were to go back to the object inspector with the button checked and go to events, I find that the computer has already put in on click, button one click. So I'll go ahead and modify the label. Label1.caption will state button 1 was clicked. Okay, when I go ahead and run this, the form pops up, click on the button, button 1 was clicked. I'll close the form down, and I'll bring it back up here within Lazarus, and I'm also lost my object inspector. I'll bring that back. Next, I'll go ahead and put in a button. So this will be button 2. And instead of double clicking on button 2, I'm going to make an event by simply going to the events of button 2 and then double clicking next to on click. And this will make a procedure called button 2 click, which is the event when the button is clicked. So now let's change label 1 caption to state button 2 was clicked. Okay, I'll go ahead and run. Button 1 was clicked. Button 2 was clicked. Let's look at some other events. I'll go bring back the form and the object inspector. When I click on label 1, we now have the events for label 1. And inside, I have things like mouse down, mouse enter, mouse leave, and so on. So I'll double click next to on mouse enter, telling the label .caption to state the mouse is over me. Okay, I'll go ahead and run. When I position the mouse over the label, it states the mouse is over me. However, when I move the mouse away, the label still states the mouse is over me until something happens like I click a button or so. So I'll go ahead and close this down. Bring back the form and the object inspector. And inside of the events of the label 1, we have on mouse leave. So I'll double click next to on mouse leave and place label1.caption and state that. So it says the mouse left me. Okay, I'll go ahead and run. The mouse is over me, the mouse left me, button 1 was clicked, button 2 was clicked. And I'll go work on a few other events. So I'll bring back the form and the object inspector. Again, with label 1 active, I'll go to on click, double click next to on click, and place within the code label1.caption and set that to the mouse click me. Okay, I'll go ahead and run. When I click, the mouse clicked me. Button 1, button 2, and all events are working. Okay, one more event. Bring back the form. Bring back the object inspector. With the label still active, we'll try a double click. Set the caption to state the mouse double clicked me. And I'll go ahead and run.